Sir, I have talked to many Indian businesses. When I ask them, are you digitally transform your business? What they say is yes. तो फिर वो लोग बोलते, I started using Excel to store my customer data. So in short, even though there are tons of CRMs that are available in the market, people still choose Excel to do their business on Excel, store their customer data on Excel. So why do you think people are still using Excel in 2026?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Excel is really very simple thing, right? Like, again, how brain maps is the triangulation happens only in rows and columns. So you have rows, columns are usually fixed. All you have to do is enter the data in the Excel. So from simplicity point of view, that's where if you're starting a business, if you're, you don't have systems in place, you are still experimenting, you are still trying out things, then Excel is a good tool. It is the natural way to order things in one place. But if you want to grow a business, right? Like you have started it, like you're using Excel, but as you grow the business, as you want to grow the business, you want to put more systems in place. That is when Excel starts falling short. And then you have to start using more, evolved systems which will support your processes. And things like CRM will come into play here is because now CRM is not just data entry or is not just rows and columns. It is more about adding processes and mapping your processes with the system so your business can scale, it can grow, and eventually you can become a bigger business than what you are today.
So as you said, a bigger business. So this is one very majorly used reason
Mhm.
by SME owners that I don't have that many customers to manage on a CRM.
Mhm.
So should they still use a CRM?
Yeah. I mean, yes, if you have only one customer to deal with, like let's say you are a subcontractor of that customer, then yes, it may not make sense to use a CRM for you. But if you are into distribution, if you are like having hundreds of customers, or even if 50 customers, right? How much will you remember? Like again, you have started this business with a mindset of growing. If you started this business that saying कि okay यही मेरे 50 कस्टमर रहने वाले हैं और इनको ही मैं कैटर करूंगा, then you don't need a system. All you need is managing these 50 customers, which also over a period of time gets very hard with Excel. So it is just matter of you realizing some point कि अरे someone is growing much faster than I am because they are using system, and because I'm not using the system, that is slowing me down. So yes, they don't need CRM right now, but growth needs systems. So if they don't use systems, their growth will be slow.
CRM is for big companies. We are small players. We don't have much customers or we don't have much sales.
Mhm.
So is that really true that CRM is only for big companies?
Well, it was true some time ago when CRM used to cost literally like 30, 40 lakhs. You needed in-house servers, you needed a lot of people managing it, installation, उसका maintenance, एक IT team. So obviously if you're a small team, 10 लोगों का team है, ये बहुत बड़ा infrastructure of software manage करना 15 साल पहले 20 साल पहले was obviously not possible. But आज की डेट में all you need is a mobile phone or even a laptop, which already you have. I think आज hardly कोई businessman है who is running, like who wants to grow his company to 100 crore, 500 crore, 1000 crore and is not having a laptop or can't invest in that kind of infrastructure. So yes, it was true, but this myth is following up from a long time. Actually आज के डेट में चीजें पूरी उल्टी हो गई है. Like even small companies need CRM more because you have less people. So now you need better systems, better automation so that you can manage the business even with less number of people or even with their smaller team and they don't feel the burnout. So yes, big companies need CRM. They can afford, very custom and very self-built CRM. But the smaller companies can use ready to use on cloud solutions, which even start from like literally 5,000 rupees, 15,000 rupees per year. So CRM's cost have reduced. Cloud has made a lot of things feasible for this.
Big companies have more people and there is a manager to manage these people, they can overlook. So CRM is highly needed for small business. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah. So things happen is now you don't have a manager or you don't have manager, फिर उसका manager, VP, director. ऐसा है कि नहीं है. In small companies, it is employees and the manager who is the owner of the company, or maybe there is one ladder in between. But then you become the bottleneck for your people. Like you become overloaded with work. And that is where actually CRM can come and help you. Because then now you are less dependent on people. And by people, I'm not saying your sales team. Your sales team doesn't need you that much, or they don't have to, go back and forth between you and them. So you can do much better work and you can grow your business much better in other way around. So that's why I think big companies have a different problems. Like now they have, what they are trying to optimize is people not working on same things. Whereas in small companies, there are a lot of work that nobody is working on. And now small companies have to actually optimize on those kind of things. So टोटल आउटलुक अलग होता है दोनों चीजों का, बट सिस्टम दोनों को ही चाहिए.
So big companies, they if they want to implement a CRM, it is a very hard process. They have to discuss it with multiple people, managers. The decision goes up the ladder and they decide eventually after some time. So for small businesses, that decision making is not hard. But what small business owners think is it is very hard to implement and adopt a technology.
Correct. Yeah. And I think so. Let me explain why it is hard for a bigger business, because they have much more complex systems and processes. And what they don't want is you have a system, but that doesn't align with their processes and their systems, right? Like you buy a CRM and it doesn't do what their people are doing. It is very hard to use. Implementing for them is complicated. Now, what they do is okay, they have to go over every department, understand what their needs are at individual level, at a manager level, at every subsequent level, which makes the process itself complicated. It need not be that complicated, frankly, but again, I will leave that to big companies to think of. For small companies, actually, the process is simple. If you get a customer who walks into your door and ask you for, let's say you're a distributor, and ask you for some, component or some industrial equipment which you are selling, all you do is put an order, dispatch, and take a payment. I think the process is very simple in these cases. So if your processes are simple, if you want to keep your processes lean, then you don't have to worry about the complexity of implementing such complex CRMs. You have to just use something which is lean, simple, which aligns with what you do a day to day, not something that what a big company does. So use a system rather than just using an Excel or not using system at all.
If someone wants to implement CRM, how long will it take? Will that affect their daily operations? Because these small businesses, they cannot afford to stop their business for 1 or 2 days because of implementation.
Correct.
Yeah. How long will it take usually?
Yeah. Usually a CRM should not take more than 48 hours actually to go live and start running or using with it. Now, obviously, there is customization of your products and everything will come into play, is how much detailing you want. But if you are already using an Excel, if you already have defined roles and responsibilities in your organization, 48 hours is good enough to get you started. And you can always go and change and upgrade and improve the processes in the CRM at any point of time later also. So we are talking of small companies, like really a small distributor or a small manufacturer. 48 hours to get from signing up to putting your first inquiry in the CRM should not take more than 48 hours.
Small business owners think in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
They think like if I invest a particular amount in something, I should be able to get this much amount of value from it. So if someone is investing in a CRM, what is the value that CRM should provide them in monetary terms?
Yeah. it's a very valid question, but I think the mindset that need to change for small and medium business owners or decision makers here you are not investing in a capex. Like you are not buying a plot for your next plant or a distribution center or something like that, which will, help you grow the business in a capex mode. Think it from a operational efficiency. And I can give you a little example here. Is let's say you have 10 people in your company, each, let's say, again, very basic, they have 30,000 rupees salary. So 30 days of work means every day, roughly, they are getting paid like 1,000 rupees. So now think of every 1 hour that you lose, you are like losing 100 rupees in, like, again, nutshell. Now, if you accumulate it across 10 people, like 1 hour of lost work, it becomes 1,000. And same way, if you multiply it in a year's time, the efficiency gain that you get out of these 10 people is where you will have most benefit. Now the question comes is, okay, can you close more orders? Can you do that? Yes. You won't. CRM is not which will automatically, put orders in the system. It will give your team more time to get more orders, to, invest in orders which you would not have generally closed. Because they have time, they will now invest that in getting more customers. So that's how it will operate. So think of, like, you have invested, let's say, 15,000 rupees, a very basic CRM that you have purchased, no major customization. But even if it saves your team, let's say, 100 hours, now where do you think this 100 hours they can use? Like 100 hours of sales time is equal to, like, at least, like, for any good small company, is equal to roughly, like, 20-30 lakh of business. So if you translate that way, it is effective. Now if you don't use the system, or if you don't kind of fall into it, then obviously you will lose these efficiency. So using the right CRM also matters equally. And I think it is the same problem, right? Like most of the time when I go buying for something in a mall, the biggest reason I don't end up buying something is because I don't understand which thing to buy. It's like it's always that confusion paralysis that happens, which kind of creates, like, okay, no decision is sometimes better than taking a decision. But in real world, like, I know people who are in this loop know that you have to take a decision, trust, and move forward with this, because this is where the system will grow.
If a small business owner wants to buy a CRM,
Mhm.
like I said, there are tons of CRM companies, products available in the market. What things should they consider before buying a CRM?
Yeah, so this is classic, like it's a new year, and here there is a classic analogy of buying a gym membership. So you go to any gym, if you buy the gym membership, it's not going to make you healthy. You going to the gym every day and exercising or following that discipline is what is going to impact your health, is what is going to help you lose weight or gain muscles or whatever you are looking for. It is same with any CRM system. You choose any CRM system today, but if you use it daily, then you will get more benefit out of it. Now, there have been CRM systems which are been optimized for people who are first time gym goers. Like an example, like first time software users, first time CRM users, like Plati-one, what I was talking about, is basically it is built on the basis that, okay, you don't have a complex system, you don't need a complex system, you are not like a 50,000 crore company with, 1,000, 5,000 employees. So why you are using systems which are meant for them or built for them? So the simple answer is you should use a very simple, affordable, and a practical CRM.
When I talk to a lot of small businesses, what they say is my business is very unique to me. My sales process and my internal workings are very unique. Even though the foundation of that for every business is the same.
Hmm.
The buyer asks for a quotation, the seller gives them a quotation, and then the buyer approves it. Then he will send a PO, and then order is placed. So, what does Plati-one have that will align with this mindset of people?
Yeah. So again, going with my gym example, right? So your first time going in a gym and you don't have a trainer, you end up doing too much cardio or you start lifting, too much weight, get injured and affect yourself. The same way, I think what Plati-one offers, which is most important, is that onboarding and training and that handholding in your first 8 days, first 1 month of using of a CRM. So again, what I feel is which CRM you use is not more important. Like I said, which gym you go is not important, but how you use it and you keep using it, you feel motivated to keep using it is the key. And that's what Plati-one solves for. Is like our team will help you onboard it, will help you handle like someone who is your employer, someone who is part of your, team and will look over your shoulder, guide you, correct you, like inform you about what things you can do and the internals of the system. So that is one of the primary benefit of using Plati-one CRM. The second thing is again it is cloud hosted, so you don't have to worry about any hassle of having the infrastructure, a server, and all of that. So even if your teams are remote, they can use it. You can use it from your mobile app and things like that. So that's the second big advantage. And third, we cover not just the customer management side of it. We know that a small business needs not just inquiry management system, but after the inquiry, the role of the salesperson is to make sure that the order is processed, the material is dispatched, the payment is received, invoices are closed, the sales order is like the role of salesperson is not just sales. It's also dispatch, it's also closing the accounts, working closely with that group. So that's usually multifold role in small companies. And the Plati-one CRM is built with that in mindset that okay, you just don't want कि सिस्टम में ऑर्डर है उतना काफी नहीं है. द सेल्स पर्सन जो जो काम करता है वो सब सिस्टम में उसके लिए सपोर्ट है ताकि उसका काम फास्ट हो.
So some businesses send a proposal, some businesses don't. Can Plati-one adopt the sales process of a company?
Yeah, definitely. I think it is true for every company that sometimes you just meet someone in a conference or in an exhibition or in some friends reference and things like that. So that is like a contact level cold, state of a lead versus you have sometimes a direct order. Like you have someone needing a product that you have and they just don't want quotation. They don't want in like the entire pipeline and sales process here. They just come and say, okay, I want this thing by tomorrow. You place an order, ship it, send them the invoice, get the payment done, and that's done. So yes, Plati-one CRM has this multi-entry point, management of your orders and system. So it can act as a order management system straight. It can act as an invoicing system also straight if your customer is in that stage. And I think that is one of the other reason why adopting to this CRM becomes easy over other CRMs. Is now you don't have to like start everything and every customer from scratch.
The processes can be skipped in the middle also.
Yes.
Some people think that having a CRM is like they are doing data entry job, putting information in a CRM. So how does Plati-one solve this problem?
I'm going to continue giving the analogy of gym. It's just getting into our conversation. So yes, going in a gym and working out is hard work. Like you have to burn your calories there or tone your muscles or whatever. So I won't say that a CRM is going to magically, not have sales team do any work. But CRM is actually going to now help them do their work efficiently. So think of this, if they are not using CRM, they have to do WhatsApp, they have to synchronize their WhatsApp communication with Excel, from Excel to Tally, and from Tally to some GST portal or some GST thing. So you are basically making the same entries, and probably in 10 times in between, they will have to send email, they will have to send, some kind of demo or some kind of trial or some samples that they will have to send and come back and all of that. So all of this process, they have to keep track of that records in some Excel. In fact, if you're using CRM, you can carry forward the information that is already entered. You can duplicate things. So there is like smart duplication, smart edits, which will help actually in making your data entry less and less over a period of time. And with AI coming into play, there is a lot of AI inputs and AI, automatically deriving some of your fields and some of your forms. Also, I think choosing the right CRM is critically important, because if you have chosen a CRM that requires you to enter 25 fields before adding a contact card or a visiting card, uh, then obviously you have chosen a wrong system. You have the simple things that you need is like, okay, the name of the contact, his mobile number, name of his company, and what products they are interested in. And if we keep it that simple and practical, people will not worry about being stuck with the system or having that data entry mindset.
So imagine two people. One is a business owner and one is a sales person. These both people are using Plati-one. They have implemented Plati-one CRM. How will Plati-one work for the salesperson and this owner?
The philosophy with which CRM, and specifically in Plati-one CRM, we have thought of is giving more control to the user. So both business owners and sales team, or the sales user that we are talking about, gets a lot of control of managing their day-to-day tasks. I think what is one of the biggest concern that a business owner has is, okay, if I am not in office, or even if I am in office, what my team is working on, like do they have work, are they following the right kind of lead, are they following up, or they are not following up, maybe they are running behind someone who is not valuable and losing on someone who is valuable. So these kind of details is what a business owner is usually worried about, and Plati-one CRM exactly solves this problem by aligning the next best action. So we have this concept called next best action, which tells the sales team first time when they log in into the system in the morning, what are my actions to take for today? So which customer should I work on? Did I miss any customers? And what is the next best action for this customer? So it kind of uses AI and some model training to tell which next action is best for your customer. And that takes a lot of your brain power to actually focus on growing your business. And you know exactly where your sales team is working on, what they are operating. Did they actually worked on what was planned yesterday? If they have not worked on the plan, then you can, interject and help them close more deals and help them act on those orders.
Even though some companies have already implemented CRMs, what happened is CRM backfired, and it's like people are not using that CRM. That team is not using that CRM. So why does that happen? Why team doesn't use CRM?
Yeah, I think one of the reason team doesn't use CRM is mostly they don't see any value coming out of it. It becomes like a data entry. It becomes like a diary. Are you using a diary that talks back to you? Then it will change the way how they use the system. So bad UI, the system being dull in terms of operational intelligence. So if you don't see any value you are getting back from the system, you will stop using it, you will switch, you will kind of, laziness will take over it. It's like, okay, this is something that will not help me grow, that will not help the company. They will stop using it, and eventually this kind of leads to the slow growth of the company, because again, you are not using systems that are meant to be used.
So, what is a CRM?
Well, definitely a very, very good question. Well, definition of CRM has evolved over a period of time. Well, let's start with long form. CRM is a customer relationship management system. Basically, it helps you know your customers, like who your customers are, what they need, what you have already given to them, what they will need in future. Slowly, the sales process has evolved over a period of time, and customers are in different stages of their life cycle. So someone is just inquiring, someone is already in quotation stage, or what in CRM world we call prospecting. someone is at a opportunity stage. That means, okay, they have finalized the code and now we are just at a closing stage where, where we are dealing with it. So managing this pipeline of sales is what a CRM system was supposed to do. Now, like I said, there is a evolution in the CRM world. Frankly, the CRM acronym no longer fits to what CRM can do, right? From lead aggregation to thinking of something like next best action, managing the pipeline, the core part, but then post pipeline, post conversion of customer. Usually there was a ERP system after that or a accounting system after that, because the businesses wants everything together. CRM have this extra arm now, which will also help you manage, deliver orders, manage invoices and things like that all together in one single go. Yes, a CRM is a system that your sales team uses, but the real definition I would think of CRM is a system built for your sales and marketing team and your accounts team or your business is what I will call as a CRM. I think Plati-one CRM exactly is built for your system. The system will work how you operate things day to day. Okay, got it.